Hey pals, I'm Paige the Framer and this is Frame and Fiber and I'm here with a finished object video. I finished an object and it is absolutely lovely. It's the Mementos Shawl by Sweater Freak. You can find this pattern for sale on Ravelry and on sweaterfreak.com. It's lovely. It uses fingering weight yarn. I ended up using two different companies for this. So the first is Moonstone Dye Works, and that is the gold color here. It is a non-superwash fingering weight yarn. And I also used the gray, which is O Wool O-Wash Fingering, which is also a non-superwash. However, it is a washable wool. Isn't it pretty? Super fun to knit. This is mosaic knitting, so you are never using more than one color at a time. The entire piece has an I-cord around the entire edge. It's gorgeous. Absolutely love the I-cord. Can I tell you one of the reasons why I love the I-cord? Because weaving in your ends is so lovely because all you do is thread them through the I-cord. It's the easiest weaving end in you will ever do. Add an I-cord to all of your projects. Okay, so you will see that this side faces up, that side faces down. This is a parallelogram. Very fun knitting. You start with this triangle and you can see where it ends right along there. And then you continue with the next triangle, which you can see ends here. And then you've got a section in the middle. The section in the middle, I believe, is knit. You bind off half of your stitches and then you just continue along. And then this is the part where this is the only part that I would caution you on. Is that the entire length here is graphed together using the Kitchener in garter stitch grafting method. I think I said that right. Now Sweater Freak does have a tutorial, so you can go to her website or her YouTube channel maybe and see the tutorials. I can't speak to them. I didn't use them because I didn't need them. I happen to love doing a Kitchener stitch, so I had no issue with it. I really don't have anything bad to say about this project. It was very fun. Right when you think you're kind of, I wouldn't even say I didn't get bored at all doing this. So no, I have nothing negative to say. As far as the pattern and how it's written and all of that, it's lovely. I don't generally do a gauge swatch for a shawl because it doesn't matter, it's not going to fit. However, this didn't block out to the measurements that was called for in the pattern, and I did do the exact repeats, but my exact repeat, I'm 12 inches short. It's supposed to be 72 inches long and my piece is 60 inches long. Part of that I'm wondering is an I-cord does not stretch. This is garter. Like I could have stretched that out a whole lot further if it wasn't for the I-cord edge. So that could be part of it, but not really because the designer knit an entire edge of I-cord and got 72 inches. So the pattern gauge was 22 stitches over 4 inches and using a US 4 3.5 millimeter needle. I didn't take a note, but I'm almost positive I used a 4. I'm almost positive I used a 4. I got 24 stitches to the 4 inches, so I was 2 stitches off. Too many. So 2 stitches too many. So in hindsight, I wish I had measured before I grafted it together, because I would have seen that it was a little short, and it would have been an easy fix because these repeats are crazy easy. Like so easy. And I could have just done another 5 of these and had 72 inches. So the downside is it's not as long as I would like. So it's not going to be wrapped around my neck like I thought I would wear it like a scarf, because that's not going to work. But honestly, I feel like it's too pretty maybe to wear that way anyway. And so I think I just might wear it like this under a coat and just leave it as is. I would like to have used it as a wrap if it were long enough as well, but it is what it is. That's the only bummer. I do have enough yarn left over that I could take it apart and redo it, but that would be crazy, right? Don't you think? I'm not taking that apart. The pattern calls for 1,100 yards, so what is that, like a yard of 2 colors, 550. So yeah, like a skein and a half of each of the color. And I'm almost positive I used about that much yarn. So I don't know exactly why I was off. It is what it is. I'm not too upset, but isn't it beautiful? So if you're looking for a fun mosaic project that is relatively easy, or it's easy for someone who's done all of these different bits and bobs of knitting. If you're a beginner, an adventurous beginner, or an intermediate knitter who just wants to learn a few different techniques, I think this is a great pattern for that. You've got your I-cord edging, you've got your mosaic knitting. It's an interesting construction in that you're, binding off, continuing knitting, like that's not usual. And then you're Kitchener grafting the piece together. So honestly, I think it's a really cool shawl to teach or to learn on. But just take my advice and measure before you graft and add some extra rows if you need to. So yeah, there's my Mementos Shawl by Sweater Freak. I hope you like it. I am going to enjoy using this. All right, guys, until there's another finished object to share with you, I'll just see you in a different video. Okay, bye.